2-4 once again with NASCAR Heat 3. And in this episode of our season with Matt Crafton's number 88 Ideal Door Garage Doors / Menards Ford, we are going to be completing race 2 of 23, which is going to be at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Active Pest Control 200. That is a lot of crap to remember. I'm just going to call it the Menards Ford because it's yellow and it says Menards on the side and the back of it. This garage door nonsense, we don't need that. But in the last episode, we started off the championship at Daytona International Speedway and finished in 3rd place. Todd Gilliland won, and I accidentally let Corbin Forrester pass me on purpose. That's how stupid I am. That sentence doesn't make any sense, but that's how stupid I am. But I could take the season standings right here and look at them. I'm in 8th place because they got the stage points and whatever for the stage racing, and maybe it'll actually become more consistent with where I'm finishing and how well I'm performing once we get into the season, because right now it doesn't make that much sense with all the stage racing in here. One thing I hate about the championship mode is that they're really lacking statistics. You can't go back on the races like you did in NASCAR Heat 2 and see where you finished and whatever. There's no statistics page in here either. It's just like you can look at upcoming races once you've done the race. You can't really look at it. You got the season standings and the playoff standings, but that's it. I am barely in on playoff standings just because I'm in 8th place, by the way. Yeah, it starts at 8th whenever you have the playoffs in the Truck Series. But let's go ahead and get to Atlanta. I've been to a few tracks in the Truck Series in this game, obviously by making the intro, but I have not raced at this one yet. Offline, at least I might have been here online, but I've done a lot of races in the Cup Series because that's where everybody wants to go. And of course, I've pretty much gone through the entire Dirt Series at this point, because the freaking Dirt Series is what everybody's obsessing over, even though it's not that great. It's like the overrated part of this game. I like to get to the actual NASCAR racing, that's just me. So for a setup, it's a very bumpy track, but I still want to throw something loose in there. So we're going to put on balance 6, and if that's not enough, it might go up to 7. If it's too much, we'll go down to 5, but I think this is where most of my balance will be. Let's go ahead and skip the session and go do qualifying. I find myself wondering if this is still a full throttle track where we might have to let out the gas in the Truck Series. We got our 1 lap. I don't know why in the freaking super speedways they give you 2 laps, but every other track is 1 lap. But like we deserve 2 laps at all the other tracks in super speedways. It should be just 1 lap because they're so freaking long. I don't know, that's me. Yeah, I went through turns 1 and 2 and never even let off. So I guess all that matters is what line you get. And we're bound to start in the middle of the field or something like that because AI are always overpowered or something during qualifying. I mean, if we're all driving the same damn truck and everything, we're all equal playing field. This should be good enough for me to start like top 5, right? Yeah, 13th, we're starting on the inside, make some passes at the beginning of stage 1, possibly get stage points. It's very likely we can get stage points in stage 1 and for sure probably even win stage 2. I don't know about winning the first stage, but I think we can finally get our first win of the season here, considering we're close at Daytona. We just couldn't pull it off. So I've been looking through the freaking qualifying results, but at least want to see who's on pole in this one. Actually, never mind. They have the pre-race show and whatever, so let's just do this. Also, Haley Deegan's in here. I think I saw Johnny Sauter on the pole. Jordan Anderson didn't have a good practice session. Jordan Anderson's not even having a good life right now. Golly. Failed technical inspection. So that means I have to start 12th. Unless he wasn't starting in front of us, but yeah, Johnny Sauter on the pole. So yeah, that guy was starting behind us and he failed the technical inspection. So yeah, we're not losing, we're gaining a position, putting us on the outside. I would like to be on the inside, having the advantage going to turn 1, but green flag is out for the first stage here at Atlanta. Get ready, active pest control. I'm the real pest here. This race is meant to prevent me from existing. Okay, so it's 4 laps for the first stage. Maya Snyder drops in front of me and brake checks me. That's very admirable. I don't know who's going to run the better season, considering I'm not driving as him anymore, but this is a hard game. Truck is just not getting going. I'm almost driving up in the 83 truck. Oh, they're checking up going to 3. Let's not run them over, but we will take advantage of that. And they were getting the runs down the backstretch, but once we go into a corner, it's like they slow down, but I don't really have to. Trying to side draft my Snyder. It's working a little bit. We're getting a couple positions as we go into turn 1 to start our second lap of the race. Grant Entenfinger, teammate of mine, I actually lay off the gas just so I can hold the bottom better. No harm in that. And once we pass Stuart Friesen, who gets a lot of DNFs in this game and sends a lot of ridiculous video tweets in career mode, I'm taking the top 10 from him. Now we got some pretty good racing as soon as the race starts. I don't know how good it'll be once the race spreads out, but yeah, they're lining up single file up front. The top 4, the top 5 is kind of where the gap is starting to form, but we're going to pass 25 truck and get into 6th place. So yeah, we're definitely getting stage points in the first stage, as we're already complete like the first half of it. Yeah, it's getting single file, and I don't know how this quality of racing is going to be. But it's turning out to be easier. I think it was more difficult for the Truck Series and NASCAR Heat 2 coming to this track. which is surprising because this game is supposed to be harder. I mean, whenever it is harder, it's irrationally more difficult. Like, I mean, you go to freaking Iowa, and I was recording the intro footage, and I realized their trucks are like 5% better than mine on under 5 difficulty. Like, that's why I kind of wish I wasn't on this difficulty, but it's just not consistent. You go to some tracks, and I mean, they're not 5% better than you in terms of equipment. Like, I mean, they're not even 5% more talented. But I'm not really taking the opportunity to get into 5th place. Go ahead and close back in on these guys. And maybe, well, we're going to finish 6th place in the first stage. Probably could have gotten 5th. I wasn't talking my head off, but I'm just talking about the difficulty of this game. It's rather inconsistent in some places, but for the most part, championship runs should be possible in here. Just got to make sure I win a race in every round of the playoffs or whatever. So that gives us 5 stage points. It was something we didn't get that much of whenever we were doing the Daytona race. Estimated fuel 8 laps and 13 remaining, so definitely got enough to make it through stage 2. No pit stop necessary. But because I finished 6th in that stage, I have to start on the outside. Nothing I shouldn't be able to handle. I just hope I don't lose any positions trying to get to the bottom. I don't know how long it's going to take. I like how we come to the restarts and everything from the restart line or whatever you call the darn thing. So like the start-finish line from the older games. I feel like even in some games, maybe like previous NASCAR games made by NASCAR Heat 2, or I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not focused right now. The previous games made by 704 Games, like you go online racing and they don't use like the restart lines and shit. This guy just checked up front Ben Rhodes. Yeah, but I literally just said the games made by NASCAR Heat 2. I mean, it made games with my freaking personality. I mean, I lost my fucking mind trying to play that game, so I guess so. Oh, inside's clear. Oh, bumping into Brett Moffitt. We're going to make it 3 wide going into turn 1. Gaining 2 positions. Don't hit the apron, though. Oh, we're washing up. It's that tire wear. Try to complete the pass, but whenever you enter a corner like that, it's not going to work all the way. But we did get 1 position out of it. We're into 5th, but it took me a while to get to the inside, but we didn't lose positions in the process, so that's a good thing. He's going to pull up in front of me, and he's going to hit the brakes. Yeah, I knew that. And I don't know if he's trying to get out of my way or what, but this time we got a couple laps left in the stage, and I can get past Brett Moffitt. He's just put on some aggressive blocks. I got to make him drive up the track so I can dive into turn 1 properly. There we go. Just don't drop below the yellow line. That's the apron, and you get fucked if you do that. Don't know about Joe Nemechek, though, or any of those other guys. Now, I thought it would be possible to win stage 2, but kind of doubting it right now. Well, try to go to the outside, but my run dies off as soon as I try making that move. If I had more laps, I'd get it done eventually. Obviously, I was having a run down the front stretch, but I don't know if I've been able to get underneath them. And if I do get underneath them, I have to be able to dive to the bottom to really make that pass complete. But yeah, we're going to take pit stops now just to get us to the end of the race. The tires worn down like the mid-70s. You get 2 cans of fuel. Not necessary. I want to get right side tires and then adjust enough to make it to the end of the race. Yeah, we're going to need 1 can at least. No repairs necessary. And I think the truck is set up fine. I could definitely win this race. I've just got to time my moves well. That's all we're going to need. We can maintain position. I lost 3 positions, so I guess some of these guys, maybe they tried taking no tires? I don't know. But I know pit strategy is a big deal in this game. I've seen What If Racing do it a lot in career mode, and I know that you can't just go taking 4 tires and expect to be with everybody else up front. We only lost those 3 positions, so we could still win this race, in my opinion. Well, there's Todd Gillen, winner of the Daytona race in front of me. He was on the outside, but he pulls down to the bottom, and then he slows up, just like everybody else has done in this race. That's so fucking mean, man. Like, you start on the outside, you get to the inside, and you hit the brakes in front of me, and you gotta do it to me every time. It can't be somebody else. I don't know. We're gonna go to this middle lane, try carrying our speed there. Oh, goodness, I just crashed into Brett Moffitt. I was trying something, but I was hoping that you would be one of the faster guys. Now we're gonna go 3 wide across the front stretch, so let's not make contact with anybody. Let's just carry the speed well. I need to get clear of this freaking O2 truck underneath us, but it's not going to happen. Okay, trying to push Brett Moffitt. I need to go, but on the outside lane, these guys slow down more than I do. See, now I put myself in this situation. This is all me right here. I'm trying to make moves too early on, like I'm not being patient enough. Yeah, this is going to cost me. It's making it much difficult to actually win the race, but I'm threading the needle and carrying enough momentum to clear Brett Moffitt into the bottom. Wow. I didn't know I was going to be clear right there. I just kind of came down and slipped myself right in there. It's like, damn. I just took the whole freaking Camping World Truck Series virginity right out of that situation. Okay, there's Dalton Sargent, and that was not a good corner entry, so I'm losing my speed off. I think the best I could probably finish in this race is like 3rd or 2nd again. just because it's really spreading out very quickly already, and the laps are already starting to count down. This time by, we're going to have 4 laps to go. We're not too far away, who knows? Anything's possible. Maybe we'll get a caution in the back of the field and have a restart. I just need to be on the inside at that restart. At least in my opinion, I think we need to be. I was on the inside of the last restart and I was losing positions. It's just my freaking nonsense. So now I got to catch these guys, but there's no one to hold me up. The game is lagging. I don't know if you saw that though. I think I've been inching toward them in the past few laps, but definitely not enough. And the obvious reason is those 3 are all packed together, getting the draft off of each other, and I'm just kind of on my own. Just been inching towards them, and that's about it. Like the freaking screen tag for the drivers comes on, and I can see a little bit going into the corners, but that's it. We've been holding our own, but we're going to finish 4th place in the race for sure. I think I really needed a caution because I probably wouldn't have a good restart. Even if I was starting on the outside, I would have definitely had my only better chance in that situation. But 2nd top 5 this season, and tomorrow we go to Las Vegas, and maybe we can win there. Johnny Sauter gets the win after winning both the stages after what I've seen. John Hunter Nemechek and Justin Haley were the other drivers to finish in front of us, and no 3 of those drivers finished in front of us at Daytona, so we might have the points lead right now, but I can't confirm that because Johnny Sauter obviously just got a lot of stage points in this race. Forget what I said. I'm full of crap. I'm so dumb. Justin Haley's in the points lead. We got Brett Moffitt and John Hunter Nemechek still in front of me. We're in 4th, so we gained 4 positions after that race. We definitely got a lot of stage points because we finished in the 1st stage and the 2nd stage in the top 10, getting all them points and everything. So if we keep performing like this, then we don't need to win a race to lock ourselves in the playoffs. But obviously, I want to win races because that's what we come here for, to win races and win championships. But I will take all them top 5 finishes. It says I'm 6th place, but I guess that's for the playoffs, and then, well, for the regular standings, I'm in 4th place. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Stratosphere 200 at Las Vegas, or the Las Vegas Stratosphere 200. I don't know what the hell to call it. All over the place with the freaking text and the logo. We got Martinsville coming up next weekend. That I'm excited for because I went to Martinsville to make part of the intro clip, which is 5-finger death punch. Save your breath, by the way. Gotta keep on mentioning that. But thanks for watching. See you next time. That's that. And episode over.